Hi everyone, it's Nelly here again with my second video of I went to GenCon 2012, and in this video I'm going to start off slow. So I'm going to start off with some very basic information about what I think I did wrong and what I think I did right in terms of the overall trip to America and to GenCon. How I could have improved the trip and what's great and what I probably would recommend other people to do as well. As last time, my co-host is here again. This is Marley. Yep, she's here. She really wants attention always. This video is what I'm going to call it the right and wrong, or the do's and don'ts. Things that I wish I would have maybe done differently or maybe known about before. And some of those things are people actually warned me about them and told me to do that, and I didn't ignore it. I ignored it, or I didn't think it was that important or something like that. I'll walk you through everything now. I'm going to start off with what I did wrong or could have done differently, and then I'm going to go on to what I did right and what I would recommend other people to do as well. So the first thing that I should have done differently, the first two important things are eat properly and sleep more. Even though I didn't schedule like a whole load of events, I think I only had 2 to 3 a day, which is okay. That gives you a few hours in between each event. But I still ended up getting all the excitement of GenCon and the whole place, the convention center and all the things that go around it, the bars, the restaurants. You end up getting to your hotel room really late, even though you don't have anything scheduled necessarily. So I ended up at my hotel room probably about 12-1 every day. But then I was staying in a hotel room with my best friend, and we're both from Ireland, so we just got really excited and ended up talking for another few hours before we even went to bed. So it would be 3 or 4 a.m. before I went to bed every day. And then our events usually started at around 8 a.m. So that would have given us 4 hours sleep, well, maybe 3.5. But me and my friend were making a lot of effort in terms of cosplay and getting ready every morning. So we got up an hour early before we were leaving, just to get ready every day. So in actual fact, I think I got probably 3 hours sleep every night, which isn't enough. This had I would definitely try and get 5-6 hours. 6 hours would be perfect, just enough. You'd have enough fun to talk to your friends and go out and have some fun and get enough sleep as well. But the lack of sleep had a knock-on effect on my appetite and my mood. I think the lack of sleep made me less hungry. And I remember there was 2 days in GenCon I hardly ate anything. I think I might have had like a Twinkie or whatever you call them. That's it. And I wasn't hungry, and I didn't feel exhausted in terms of hunger or lack of energy or lack of food. It was just the fact that I hadn't slept that much, and my body just any time I did eat something, because I tried to make myself eat some things, and it's partially my fault. Fries probably weren't the good choice in that situation, but I just felt sick every time I tried to eat. So that, and I think also the level of excitement that I just wanted to get to everything as fast as possible and do as much as possible. So food came secondary to all of that, and on top of that, when I did try to eat, I wasn't that hungry, and it's probably all that excitement. That's probably all it was. So yes, 2 things I did wrong: didn't get enough sleep and didn't eat properly. And when I did eat, I ate fries, burgers, chicken wing, anything deep fried. I don't think I had the only fresh food I got was probably the lettuce and the tomato that was on the burger. So yeah, next time I'm definitely going to look after myself. And it might seem like something really obvious, but definitely you should do that. I got to hurry up a bit. So I also spent a lot of time with people. Actually, I think pretty much all my time was spent with every minute, sleeping, awake, walking around, I spent with people. And I wish I'd just taken maybe an hour or two just to be on my own, just to be able to let it sink in and not have people around me all the time. And it's too much stimulus. I couldn't let it all sink in and experience it too much for myself. So I would schedule a couple of hours just to walk around, not even a game on my own or anything like that. Just wander around, be on your own, see the place, do what you want to do, and not be tied down by other people for a little bit. Let me see what else was there. Coming from another country, the hotel was a little bit of hassle. I mean, the hotel was amazing. It's just the way we organised it was a bit bad. I was staying in the Westin, and they asked us for all of our hotel money straight away when we got there. When we were checking in, they wanted us to pay the full bill for the hotel plus incidentals, $50 for each day, which I think ended up being about $1,500. Now, both Ellie and me had been using our credit cards before that, so neither of our credit cards, the limit was, we wouldn't have enough money on our credit cards left to cover a whole $1,500. But they were going to put our room straight back into the general pool, and if we didn't pay the full amount, so we had to go searching. We had a few $100s in our wallets. We tried to go to the ATM, but the ATMs would only give us $200 each per day. So it was another $400. We maxed out both of our credit cards limits, and eventually we just about got $1,200 together. And I think we didn't cover the incidentals. We covered those on the last day before we left, and maybe that was bad organisation on our part. We're a little bit annoyed because we expected to pay at the end of the trip, but that was it. I think if you're traveling from abroad or planning to stay at the Westin, try and figure out how much money it's going to cost you to stay there and have it there up front just in case they ask you for it, because that was a little bit scary. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's two more things that I would have changed, which were my organisation in terms of the events I was doing and stuff. As I said, I did 2 to 3 events every single day. Sorry, that's my Facebook going. I had 2 to 3 events every single day, which is fine. I don't think that was I wouldn't do any more, but it was fine. Except that I'd made a lot of friends over Facebook and over YouTube here that I wanted to meet up with a lot of the time, and the majority of the time when they wanted to do things, I was going to be in a game. So for next year, I think if you do plan on meeting people and hanging out with them, try and do events at the same time they're doing events, because if you have the same pre-blocks as other people, it's handy to meet up with them, and you won't feel sad when they're all meeting up without you, which I had a few times. I really wanted to hang out with them and I had something going on. So that's what I would change. And the very last thing is the GenCon Blues. Why did nobody tell me that after GenCon you get really, really depressed that GenCon's over? Nobody told me this. Well, or maybe I didn't see it or listen. But yeah, I got really depressed after GenCon. I'd made so many new friends and people that I really enjoyed hanging out with and stuff. And to all of a sudden, to go from hanging out with 41,000 people to hanging out with just me was a big shock, and especially because I had so much fun, and it took me a while to get over that feeling. Maybe I'm still in it a little bit, but yeah, it did take me a lot. And after, I didn't go straight home after Gen Con. I wasn't hanging out with Ellie. Me and my friend went separate ways. She went to Seattle, and I went to upstate New York to do a photography workshop. But little did I know, that was going to be with Mennonites. I went from Gen Con to somewhere that has no running water, no electricity, with a group of people. Well, there was 3 or 4 of us, but they hardly spoke. So I went from Gen Con with some really good friends that are all chatty and really exciting to somewhere where people don't really talk, don't have electricity, don't have running water, and that was really hard. That was really hard for me, especially in my GenCon Blues. So next year, I think what I would do is I might stay in Indiana just an extra day, just to kind of hang out with people a bit more, relax a bit, and try and get over my Blues a little bit slower and not in the same way as before. So that's what I did wrong, and that was 10 minutes. So what I did right is I came to GenCon early. I came to GenCon on Tuesday morning, noon time, so about 12, which was great. The actual GenCon doesn't start till Thursday. So I arrived Tuesday, I got checked in, I met up with some of the people that I've gotten to know over the year, and we had dinner, we went for some drinks, and we played some games in the arcade called The Tilt in the Circle Mall, and that was great. That was really good. It was a really nice way just to relax into it, meet some people slowly, not get stressed out about it. And then on Wednesday, which I'll talk about in another video, the KFG, Kentucky Fried Gamers, run a lot of games on Wednesday afternoon, evening, which is also a great way to meet new people, but at least I'd already gotten to know some the day before. And it was a really nice, relaxing way to get into the convention. The other good thing I didn't overplan, I don't think. I did 2 to 3 events every day. That left enough time to meet Will Wheaton and enough time to hang out with other people and see the dealer hall. The other thing I did right was I went onto the GenCon community forums. I met so many people. I can't even list the amount of people I met, but they were all so friendly. It meant that I was never alone. There's always people I could call, and I even just met people walking around the convention. People came over to me, and they made the convention. They made GenCon 2012 for me. Without them, I would not have had. Maybe I would have had a bad time. I don't know. I had such a great time because of the people I've met from the forums. I researched each game that I was going to be playing in. Not researched extensively. If I didn't know what kind of system it was, I would look into it, and if I was having problems, I would just email the GM and ask them, look, I'm a noob at this. Do I need to know anything? And most of the times they said, no, don't worry about it. I'll let you know everything you need to know on the day. So that was great. But if you're unsure, I would recommend looking into it just to make sure it's actually something that you'd like to do. Now, let me see. I dressed up as Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if you saw me. It was on Friday. I'm going to try and put a picture in now that you see. And I don't know, I've never done it before, and I was really nervous, but I think I'm glad I took the step and did that. It was a nice experience. People came over to me and said I looked great and wanted to take pictures, and it was a nice confidence boost as well. I think it took me out of my comfort zone, but I think it's a good step, and I think everybody should do it because it's really fun. I was really relaxed about it. That was another good thing. I was kind of I didn't over-organize it. I'm usually a really, really organized person. Step by step, everything has to be organized. But I was kind of relaxed about everything. I went, if I didn't want to go to like a game or something, I'd let the GM know, and I'd be like, no, I don't feel up for it. And I just kind of went with the flow, which was nice. Kind of just chilled out, didn't freak out about it. If something didn't go my way, we'll just let it go. So that's it. Yeah. That's what I did wrong, and that's what I did right. If you have any other questions, if I forgot anything, and what I did wrong and what I did right, kind of, let me know. I'll add it to a next video or something like that. But those were the main things that I think I did right and that I did wrong that are really important, and I would definitely recommend people do. I'm going to post some more videos as soon as possible, and maybe I'll try and post one every day. That's probably not going to happen. Maybe one every other day or something like that. But I had such a good time. I can't wait to get all these videos out. I took some videos at GenCon. I'm going to try and embed them in some of my videos coming out now, and some pictures as well. And I had a really good time. And look, if you were at GenCon and you saw me or you met me, or if you have any questions about GenCon or any requests on videos, post below, and I will most definitely get back to you. So over and out, Nelly and Marley. See you next time. Bye.